For many years, Tibet was closed to foreigners. Now we're very lucky to be able to do this journey, which takes me from Kathmandu up to Mount Everest in Tibet, on to Lhasa, back down into China, and then following on to finish finally in Xi'an, the ancient capital of China, and of course the home to the terracotta warriors. We start of course in the noisy city of Kathmandu. A chance to mingle with our fellow passengers before moving out past Derby Square and on to our next destination. The peace and tranquility of Bagmati makes a real contrast to the hustle and bustle of Kathmandu. A nice couple of hours walking. We've climbed in altitude about 150 metres, which probably is about 420 foot or something like that, but it's probably about 1,000 steps we've come up. There's actually a first staircase coming up and we've walked the whole way.
Yeah.
So we walked all the way across the meadow, the valley, through 95,000 steps
here, and then this little
just to get to this
out.
footer.
And then you have the two
and it's beautiful, very tiring.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're acclimatising a little bit now. Yeah, we're now at the last resort in Kadari. People were bungee jumping from this bridge yesterday. I was unfortunately just a little bit ill, so I didn't get to see anything, but take a look at this, 160 metres. Pure adrenaline hell for me. You wouldn't get me jumping that, that's a fact. Quick tour of Daisy the truck.
So these are the stools, no back, and you use these for the washing up bowls and the hand wash bowls, okay? So these for sitting, these for hand wash, it's better that way because it's more comfortable. You've got back, so the back's support that way. All of these are mechanical.
And then it's all ready to settle down for the first night of cold camping. Goodness, it was cold. Just time for a spot of lunch on the road, I think. We're on the friendship highway between Nepal and Lhasa, and we've just come across our first view of Mount Everest there in the background. Well, at least we're able to get a nice cold beer and a bed for the night in the town that's closest to Mount Everest. Altitude of about 4,200 metres. We've been staying in a small town of Tingri, which is well, Mount Everest is right behind me, somewhere in the distance there. We're just acclimatising here to the altitude because quite a few of us have had headaches and short of breath and everything, including myself, but I've taken an altitude sickness tablet and hopefully we're back on the mend again. Just got to keep up with the water, which means peeing, getting up for a pee 3 times in a night. But, you know, these are the things that you have to do when you're out in this part of the world. I've just walked up a good mile or so. In this altitude, takes your breath away, believe me. But we've come to see Mount Everest, which is there in the background somewhere. Come down the road from Tingri to have a real hot springs experience. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Tell me what you're laughing at.
Nothing.
You should come in. Maybe next time. Up inside, but I think we're all deciding to go in anyway.
Yeah.
Is it like a good bar of slope? What is it? After the spa, it's on to the pub. This is a life.
Hi Giza, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, are you?
Hi. Hello. How are you? Hello everybody. Jolly to everybody.
1,100 metres, we're at the Rombok Monastery. We've arrived here after about 5-hour journey. It's about 50% of the oxygen here, as it is down at sea level. We're all struggling a bit, we're all out of breath. So what do you think of being this?
This is amazing. I think you should definitely try and have Everest in the frame.
Everest? Oh. Sitting very close to Everest Base Camp is Rombok Monastery. The monastery has been here for centuries and provides a welcome relief to the cold of the mountain. Today we're going up another 200 metres to a viewing point, but unfortunately guys like me, being inexperienced and foreign and having no permit, would not be able to go on the mountain because basically you can die up there. The boys' tent number 30. You alright guys? Hey. You all nice and comfortable? Raimundo! This is about as far as we can go. Right now there, Mount Everest! Mount Everest in the morning, and just there, just hiding behind the other tall peak, I think is the Lhotse face. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning on the 8th of June. We're about to leave the mountain. A few people are suffering quite a bit actually from altitude sickness, and it's a little hard to comprehend that while we're at 5,200 metres, that's about 16,000 foot, That mountain behind is 8,000 metres. 8,870 I think to be precise. That's another 12,000 foot above where we are now. That's the scale of things around here. One thing I don't think we'll miss is the toilet facilities, and we're all holding on because they are terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. As we leave Mount Everest behind and head on towards Xi'an, good memories, sleepless nights, bit of altitude sickness, but on the whole, terrific. Last view of the mountain. So we're on the Friendship Highway in Tibet, going on to Xi'an, and we've just hit 5,250 metres. This is the highest point on this part of the pass, but it's about 17,500 foot. It's the 10th of June, we're in the monastery at Xi'an, which is the second city in Tibet. It's second only in size to Lhasa, and very famous because it's a pilgrimage site.
Sustainability. Well,
Just on the route to somewhere, and we stopped at a flower making mill. Arrived at the monastery at Gansi, and we're very lucky this afternoon because some of the monks are doing a special song or special dance. That afternoon, I was lucky enough to witness a dance which was put on by the monks. We leave with good memories and head out into the mountains. We're back up at 4,030 metres. 4,300 metres I've just been told. We're on the pass between Gansu, Xi'an and Lhasa. And we're all enjoying it. We're all a bit overwhelmed with the atmosphere, but it's great. We're on the Friendship Highway. We've just stopped for lunch. It's about 4,200 metres or about 16,500 feet. Quite feeling the effects of altitude at the moment, but not as bad as some others, luckily. It's beautiful here. Take a look. After hours on the road, we reach the hustle and bustle of Lhasa. Potala Palace in Lhasa is where the Dalai Lama lived until the 1950s, but he was exiled to live in India because of the Chinese occupation. The Potala Palace behind me has housed many Dalai Lamas, except for the current one who fled to India during the Chinese occupation in the 1950s. Everywhere, people seem to be praying. We leave Lhasa and start heading towards the border of China.
I'm making his world a little colder. Na 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 na.
This is life on the open road. Just as we're struggling for air, the truck is struggling for air as well, and we're just it's taken about half an hour to come, possibly half a mile, because the truck is really struggling. So now they're having to clean out the carburetor, and hopefully we should be back on his way soon. But stunning scenery to break down in, but we'd really like to get a little bit lower to camp. It was just pure bad luck that we broke down on the highest part of the trip. At a height of 17,500 meters, the truck could no longer get air. Snowstorms were happening all around us. We set up camp and prepared to bed in for the night. In Golmud in China, we had a disastrous day yesterday. The truck broke down on a high pass at about 17,000 foot high. We couldn't get the truck going again. We were setting up camp. It started to hailstone, and of course everybody was worried because of that altitude. It goes down to about -20 at night. Eventually some of us went down to a local's house, and they offered to put us up. They gave us jack butter tea and offered to put us up for the night. And in final, at 10 o'clock, we found a taxi going on to Golmud, where we are now. So about 7 of us offered to take the 12-hour journey through the night on unlit roads. Some of the roads just disappeared at times, but hey, we're here now and grateful for it. But the truck and about 7 people are not here yet. Hopefully they should be at about midnight or 2 o'clock, depending on the road. Arrived at Qinghao Lake. Well, not just arrived, because we got stuck on the beach. But it's the biggest lake in China. We've just been stuck on the beach, and it's taken probably about 20 minutes with everybody pushing in every direction. There's Chinese people everywhere. But we set up camp, and we're causing quite a commotion because everybody wants to watch.
you're filming. I'm terrible at this. Go.
The road to Lanzhou, sadly, the bad luck's continuing because we broke down again, and it looks like it's quite a big job. It's a different breakdown from what happened on the top of the mountains, and we're going to have to either get a minibus onto Lanzhou and load the truck here again, or maybe possibly the train. But I don't know. We're just having bad luck. That's how it goes sometimes. After a few hours, it's decided that Daisy isn't going anywhere quickly, so we all transferred to a minibus.
Just got small bags.
It's Saturday, the 21st of June, 2014. We're just about to go out to Pingling Caves to see the Buddha statues. Halfway between Lanzhou and Jarhead are the Bingling Cave temples. Still in Tibet, we pass through the town of Jarhead. Jarhead, we drop down from the Tibetan plateau and enter into China. Just outside the small town of Pinglian, we've come to a mountain, which is a holy mountain with many temples on. The difference being that these are Tao temples and not the normal Buddhist ones that we've been used to being seen. So slightly different. Very high. We've started on the mountain. It's I'm not sure how high, but we're halfway up it and we're climbing. There's many steps to the many temples. About an hour from Xi'an is the world famous UNESCO World Heritage Site where the terracotta warriors are housed. Oh, we're here. There are many thousands of these terracotta warriors and still many more thousands to be discovered underground, and they're all completely different with different faces. As I spend my last night in China, in Xi'an, it's time to reflect about the times that we've had, the good people we've met, but who can leave China without a little bit of karaoke? So all good things must come to an end, and so my travels through China, Tibet and Nepal have come to an end. I very much enjoyed making this video and hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you.